Hey everyone, thanks for joining another free 6 p.m. yoga class with Wellness for Jiu-Jitsu. We'll give everyone a second to join us, and I'll make sure my audio is working. Wait for the confirmation on that. Take a second to click that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and spread the love of yoga for all jiu-jitsu people and anyone else who is looking to get in touch with their body, move, and feel better. So we've got a 20-minute class for you today. It's positions and movements that are designed to stretch and loosen up your hamstrings, which in turn will let your lower back release, and that tension relief. A lot of us have tight lower backs, especially jiu-jitsu players. So this is a nice quick 20-minute class to work on that. And I know I said hamstrings, but we're going to start with foot stretch. So work your way onto your knees and tuck your feet, your toes underneath. Adjust a little bit, lift your knees, and really get those toes kind of spread out. I even like to lean back and pull my pinky toe out to the side. So once you feel a nice stretch in your toes, take some nice deep breaths through your nose. Just bring your awareness into your body. Lift your arms up over your head. Interlace your fingers except for the pointer and thumb. You've got a finger pistol. And just stretch a little side to side. Looking up, back bend a little bit. Let that go. Clasp your arms behind you. Same thing, open up your chest, look up. Maybe move your shoulders around a little bit. If your feet are burning, you're really feeling that stretch, go ahead and untuck those toes. If not, stay with it a little longer as we move our neck, looking over the left shoulder and then over to the right. Nice slow no movement. Looking all the way behind you. Keep your shoulders relaxed and your back straight. Let's do some nice slow yeses. Looking up and dropping your chin to your chest. A few more times. Nice slow yes nods. Moving with your breath. All right, your feet should be burning now. Shake those out. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Sit down on your knees. We'll do one more neck movement, just tilting ear to shoulder, side to side. Your hands can be at your sides. Just stretching the side of your neck. Okay, hands to the ground in front of you. Lift your butt, cross your ankles, sit back into cross-legged. Connect your feet in front of you, foot to foot. It's butterfly pose. And give yourself space to rock backwards. First, grab the outsides of your feet and use that grip, keeping your back straight, arms straight, to slowly control your roll down to your back. Nice. When you get to all the way to your back, let your whole spine relax along the mat. We're going to just look for maximum relaxation in this pose. So see how many of your muscles you can shut off, especially relaxing your face and your feet, your legs, really your fingers should be the only thing that are working to hold on to your feet. Everything else just relaxes. Breathing through your nose if it's available. Your mouth if you're a little stuffed up, no worries. Every exhale, relax into the floor, just melt. A traditional yoga breath technique called Ujjayi pranayama. It's a powerful breath. Do a little constriction in the back of the throat to circulate the air in the nasal cavity, creating a kind of a quiet noise. It's almost like you're fogging up a piece of glass with the type restriction of your breath, except it's with your nose. And you keep that same restriction on the inhale, creating an audible gauge for the quality, depth of your breath, as well as a distraction for your mind. Your mind seeks audible things to listen to, so if you give it a little noise with your breath, it can keep your attention off of your thoughts and in your body and your breath. Feel free to try that. Begin to straighten one leg at a time. You don't need to kick it too straight. Just bringing some sensation and stretch into the back of your leg, hamstring, calf, one at a time, nice and slow, moving with your breath. Call this pose reclined happy butterfly. I made that up. A couple more times each side. Maybe hold that stretch if it feels good. Remember to keep that lower back connected to the mat the whole time. That whole tailbone isn't rounding up. Okay. Bring both of your hands to the top of your left shin, top of your left knee. Straighten your right leg along the mat. This is wind removing pose. Nice stretch for the left leg and keep that right heel pressing down into the mat gently, but so you keep a connection, and allow your spine to relax and hug your leg. Nice and easy, taking big deep breaths here into your belly. Two more breaths. Exhale and soften, relax. Hug both knees. Two hands to your right knee, left leg goes straight. Left heel press into the mat. Hug your right leg towards your armpit. Wind removing pose. Can you guess why they call it that? Maybe you already experienced the removal of your wind. Keep breathing. Let your right arm fall out to the right side. Left hand, right knee. A reclined twist as your right knee drops to the left. Maybe scooting your hips over to the right a couple inches. Just relax into this twist. Don't push it too hard. Breathe deep. Feel that twist from your lower back into your rib cage. Shoulders are flat on the mat, nice and relaxed. One more big deep breath. Back to center. Reset your hips to the center. Bring your feet closer to your butt. Lift your butt, do a little bridge. Your feet should be underneath your knees as you bridge your hips up. Drop them back down. And let's twist to the other side. So left arm goes straight out to a T. Scoot your hips over to the left an inch or two and let your knees fall to the right. Right hand can come to the top of your knee, or you can keep it out in a T shape. Just keep your shoulders relaxed on the mat and feel a nice even twist, starting at your lower back. Last big deep breath all the way in. Let it go. Back to center. Feet to the mat, close to your butt. Bridge your hips up again. Even feel your chest opening, walking your shoulders underneath. Nice big bridge. Breathe. Let that go. Right ankle on top of your left knee. Figure four. Bridge your hips up once more. Feel that stretch. Let your hip open a little bit. Bring that back down nice and slow, and then let your right knee fall to the mat on the right side into this figure four reclined twist. Maybe even press into your hips a little bit on that side. Feel a little difference in the stretch. Inhale back to center. Lift your hips again. And then let your hips come back down and your left foot fall to the left side. Again, you can engage your glutes, almost like you're doing a bridge on this side, just to change that stretch, intensify it a little bit. Back to center, bridge, and just go side to side a couple more times at your own pace. If you really like one of the spots, sit there and enjoy it and breathe, or maybe find some movement back and forth. Now hug your knees. Just squeeze your knees without using your hands. Lift your left foot up and bring your knees as close to your chest as you can. And again, rock side to side, arms at a T. Figure four recline twist. It's getting some nice mobility in our hips as well as a nice stretch. Slow and controlled, moving with your breath. Nice. Shake that leg out. Let's do the other side. Right foot to the mat, left ankle, right knee. Figure four. Lift your hips. Feel a good stretch. Maybe little movements. Don't forget to breathe. And let that foot fall to the right side. Hip to the mat in this figure four twist. Pressing your hips, opening, left hip back to center, bridge and lift, and let that knee fall to the left side. Your left hand can push on your knee a little bit. Just find something that feels good. Using your breath, moving side to side. Maybe you keep your hips lifted for a little strength. back to center. Lift your right foot off the mat. Squeeze your knees into you, intensifying that left outer hip flexor stretch, and then rock side to side, twisting. This is great for guard players who need hip mobility, and also a good way to relax and relieve tension in your lower back. One more time, side to side. Let that go, shake it out a little bit, grab the back of your thighs, and we're just gonna rock and roll a few times. Massage your back, slow and controlled. Build up a little momentum now. We're gonna try to come all the way up to a squat. Arms out in front of you to help, or you can push them on the mat to help you get into that squat. Sink in here for a second, move around. If you're up on your toes, no worries. We're slowly working on sinking the weight back into your heels. And now we're going to move between squat and forward fold. So as you come forward with your weight, lift your hips up, keeping your belly connected to your thighs, and let your head hang. You don't need to straighten your legs all the way. Just find a nice relaxed forward fold. The more your legs are bent and the more connected your belly is to your thighs, the more relaxed your lower back can stay. We're trying to stretch our hamstrings, not so much the lower back. And slowly bend your knees. Begin to look up, back into the squat. Nice. Really pull that chest forward, shoulders back, and let's move back and forth. Here we go. Hands down, butt up, belly on thighs, head hangs, shoulders relax. Stretch your hamstrings and drop back into the squat. All the way down, look up. Find a pace, move with your breath. Full range of motion with your legs. Nice, one more time. Squat, let's come forward onto our hands, drop to your knees, tabletop position. Stack your hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. Bring your right foot. If you need to grab it, move it outside of your right hand. Walk the back knee back until you sink in, stretching your hips. Just find a nice position in this lizard lunge and begin to straighten your front leg, lifting your right toes, folding forward a little bit. And inhale, come back forward, sink your hips, look up. Moving with your breath, exhale and fold, straighten your front leg. Inhale, come forward, sink your hips low. 2 more times. And back to your tabletop. Left foot outside of left hand. Adjust your stance. Find a place where you feel a stretch in your right and left hip. Even. Breathe. Look up. And exhale. Lift your left toes. Fold your head. Stretch your left hamstring. Inhale, come forward. Find a nice movement here that feels good for you. Forget about what I'm doing and just move with your breath. 2 more nice big deep breaths. Back to a tabletop. Lower all the way down to your belly. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Squeeze your legs, lift your chest. Nice little back bend. And staying on your knees, push your hips back to a child's pose. Turtle, sitting on your heels, arms in front. Relax your neck, forehead to the mat. Deep breath. Stay there for a couple breaths. Come out nice and easy. Find your way to seated. And relax all the way down on your back. Our last pose that we're going to do is the happy baby. So again, we want to really relax in this pose. We're not trying to stretch too intensely, and we really want to keep our lower back connected. So make your grip, your feet, your ankles stacked above your knees, and your hands are grabbing onto your shins. And the lower your grip on your shins are, the easier it is for your tailbone to stay connected to the ground. The more you reach for your heels and start to pull on your hamstrings, you feel that lower back curve a little bit. So play around with that a little bit and find a place, a grip, where you can really relax your lower back and let your legs relax. And use that breath to bring more relaxation into every muscle. Just your hands working enough to keep the structure. Everything else can relax. How deep is your breathing? Filling the lungs and the belly fully up. Letting that go. Completely emptying out your lungs. Using your diaphragm to initiate the breath. Bringing it into your belly. Giving yourself lots of space. Bigger the breath, deeper the breath, the more oxygen. More oxygen, the more energy. More energy, the better you feel. So breathe deep. Alright, I said that was our last pose, but of course we end every practice with a corpse pose, Shavasana. Straighten your legs, bring your heels out towards the edge of your mat and let your toes fall to the outside. Shoulder blades tuck underneath, palms open up to the sky, arms away from your body. Find the most comfortable, relaxed position. Make little micro adjustments, adjust your head, make your neck feel really comfortable. And then just let go into this pose. You're a corpse, you're dead, you've died. Heaven feels like a hard floor, and that's okay. Feel free to stay in this position as long as you want. Nice 5 or 10 minute Shavasana is a great way to absorb the benefits of the stretches that you did before. And it's also just a form of meditation. It's good for all of us these days. So I hope you enjoyed this 6 p.m. free yoga class with Wellness for Jiu-Jitsu. My name's Tyler Rentz, Submission Yogi. Check me out on YouTube. Subscribe to Wellness for Jiu-Jitsu Facebook page, any of the social medias, and share it with your friends. And we'll see you back here next week. Oos, namaste.